In this video, I will be discussing the potential psychological factors that may affect talent development both positively or negatively. Talent development is a highly complex process that involves a plethora of factors and processes, so it is therefore feasible that psychological characteristics have the potential to play a huge part as to how far an athlete can go in their career. These characteristics differ greatly from one athlete to another, and so there is no one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to assessing the psychological factors of athletes, as personal psychologies differ between elite-level athletes and those in the up-and-coming category. Of these two categories, we will first assess the psychological factors involving elite athletes. In 2010, Gold et al. Conducted a study examining the psychological characteristics in 10 Olympic athletes who had won a combined total of 32 medals. They found that the athletes engaged in these psychological characteristics to a greater extent than less successful performers, and with such characteristics being identified by the researchers including high determination, high confidence, commitment, better focus, and positive imagery and self-talk. Imagery, goal setting, and arousal management were among the techniques used by athletes to achieve these psychological states. Researchers also noted that these athletes showed different characteristics to one another. While most of these were positive, there were negative issues such as adversity among some of the athletes, with two facing injuries or other clinical issues. Next, we'll examine the psychological characteristics of the up-and-coming athletes. Work from McNamara et al. In 2010 suggests that the up-and-coming athletes of the world need to have similar characteristics to elite athletes if they're to elevate their careers to an elite level, drawing on work from Orlick and Partington to identify psychological successful factors such as high commitment levels, focus, and imagery. The reasoning behind this suggestion is that rising athletes aren't likely to make it to an elite level unless they have the psychological characteristics required by elite level athletes, and use these to establish the concept of PCDEs, that is, psychological characteristics of developing excellence. However, there has been a warning of the use of these, as the pathway to success can so often be unpredictable. Chan in 2010 hypothesized that there are 24 psychological characteristics that fall under one of 6 virtues that can all be linked to McNamara et al.'s PCDE notion. The first of these is wisdom and knowledge, where the research highlighted that some of the cognitive skills involved in the acquisition of knowledge include creativity, curiosity, open-mindedness, and the love of learning. The next virtue is courage, which is defined by Osho as the will to go to the unknown in spite of any potential fears in order to achieve your goals, with bravery and persistence both being among the factors that affect an individual's level of courage as well as authenticity. Next, we have humanity, which involves having the interpersonal skills in order to befriend and, in some instances, empathize with those around you. 3 factors this virtue comprises of are love, social intelligence, and kindness. The following virtue is that of temperance, which encompasses modesty, self-regulation, and fairness. The 5th factor is justice, a domain that consists of a healthy life as well as teamwork, fairness, and leadership. The final factor is transcendence, which means to forge connections and develop meaningfulness. This virtue consists of appreciation of excellence, spiritualism, beauty, humor, and hope. In this video,